Today, inshallah, I'm going to speak about one of the most authentic books on the face of the earth, and that is Sahih Bukhari. It is the most authentic book on the face of the earth after the Quran, and that is because the method used by the author Imam al-Bukhari are awesome. He filtered some of the hadith, and there are some principles that he used that is used by all scholars of hadith, especially him. And he lived around 3rd century after the death of Rasulullah sallallahu. So he did not meet with the Prophet, he did not meet with his companions. Instead, he met with their grandchildren. So he heard from them. So there is chain of narration. For instance, when he hears from Abbas hears from Husseini hears from Magaji, and Magaji hears from the Prophet. So there are some principles that he adopted, and he filtered out many hadith, out of which he filtered about 400,000 hadith. He fetched out only 7,000 to be authentic, and that is what he compiled them. Hadith Mubham, for instance, is the hadith that one of the chain is not mentioned. Like, for instance, he said, Abbas told me that Magaji said this and that the Prophet said this. So in the chain, Husseini is missing, and Abbas did not meet with Magaji. Therefore, this hadith is inauthentic. It is rejected. And there is another hadith also called Hadith Mursal. It's the one that this companion is not mentioned. For instance, Abbas told me that Husseini told me that the Prophet said this. Sometimes Sa'id bin Musayyib would say something, or Sa'id bin Jubair, they used to say something, and then they did not meet with the Prophet. And therefore, this kind of hadith is also not mentioned in Sahih Bukhari. Another one is Hadith Gharib, is the one that is mentioned by sole narrator. Like, for instance, Abdullah ibn Abbas, sometimes he will mention one hadith. So this kind of hadith, it is also confirmed to be inauthentic. How comes only one Sahabi is not, is most at times this kind of hadith is rejected, and Imam al-Bukhari never mentioned this kind of hadith. Another one is hadith with tadlis. Tadlis is the one that one of the narrators is not mentioned by his real name, even though his name is mentioned, but the name that is not popular. So this kind of hadith is also rejected. It is hadith da'if. After that, there is also hadith shadh. Hadith shadh is the one that it contradicts what majority of the companions mention. For instance, 9 companions, they mention a hadith, and one Sahabi, he mentioned the hadith that contradict what they say. Therefore, this one is also confirmed to be inauthentic. It is not mentioned in Sahih Bukhari. And another hadith, another method or principle used by this author is hadith with qalbul isnad. That is the hadith that the chain is changed. Most of the times it is a mistake, but even though it is mistake, he used to reject this kind of hadith. He will say, for instance, Abbas told me that Magaji said this, that Husseini said this, that the Prophet said this. So interchanging of the chain is also inauthentic. So if you compare this with the way the Bible has been compiled, the lives of Jesus Christ, if you look at Matthew and John, they met with the Prophet, even though they wrote all their gospel from memory, that is after the ascension of Jesus Christ. But all the rest, they did not meet with Jesus Christ. Instead, they met with those who saw Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ never met them. So they are in the similar status with Imam al-Bukhari, and they did not follow the method that he has adopted. That is why there are distortions in the gospel. There are distortions and many mistakes in the gospel. Like people like Paul did not meet Jesus Christ, and also Mark did not meet Jesus Christ, and also even though Luke, also St. Luke, he did not meet Jesus Christ, even though he mentioned his life, but he did not follow the same method as used by Imam al-Bukhari. So that is why we Muslim scholars are very wise in using the methodologies of verifying the truth. Allah grant us complete guidance. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.